That's not good. I'll just keep him on hand. Oh, yes. Done. Right. So we are back down at Custom Fit Campers. As you can see, I'm not wearing gym gear, so we're going to do some work. I've got a few little repairs to do. We're going to change the inverter. We're going to put some drop vents in. I'm going to fix that table that's had a wobbly leg for fucking longer than it should have. I stayed here last night. Have a look at this. With this being like an industrial unit type thing, it's got quite a lot of land and quite a lot of like overgrowth and greenery and what have you. And obviously most industrial units will get the council in to come round and cut the grass. It's cost them thousands of pounds to get people in to come and do it. So he bought 2 goats and he built what he calls the goatel. So the goats live here, they're very well looked after, they're fed and thingied, and they maintain all of the land. They keep the grass cut down. But I think that's genius. I think it's absolutely genius. Why would you pay thousands of pounds for people to come in with a grass cutter when you can go and pick up 2 goats? Right, so the first thing on the list of things to do is this is getting beyond a joke now. Sometimes I get 30 seconds, sometimes I get 5 minutes now. I turn that on, see it's jittering, it's struggling, and now it's blown out. Yeah, I'll show you. 10 seconds of microwaving. Nothing doesn't seem happy, so we're going to swap that out and go from there. And one other thing I noticed, when I first got this van, it had a gas leak. So I went through the whole thing with a sniffer test, I pressure tested it, I found the leaks, I sorted the joints, and I've been checking them quite regularly ever since. But when I did that, I noticed that there was no drop vents. Now, a drop vent, quite simple. You drill a hole at the base of your van, you drop him in. If you do get a leak, it sits on the bottom, it goes out and out the bottom of the van. No chance of poison yourself or exploding. So that's definitely something that I'd like sorted. I'm going to put one underneath the oven, under this drawer, and one out the back with the gas bottle. Again, I'll show you the crack, but make sure you do it. If you're doing your own conversion, whatever you want, drop vents. You need that ventilation in case something goes wrong. Plan was to do it at the door, but it seems to be no light here. Right, so on first look, I don't think this is going to be as difficult as I think. It goes along here, it goes up there, down here, up until the cupboard to put to the controller. Just need to isolate these and then see. I'll go and grab the new inverter. So this one here, I got this off Temu. So this was 140 quid. And then I think I got like 10 free gifts, which was like a lighter, a torch, and loads of other stuff. And I thought, oh, what a bargain, it's worth a try. Everything else was crap. So I haven't got the highest hopes for the inverter, but again, this is the one thing I paid for. So 3 times the power of that. That one was working champion. We'll give it a go. A couple of cables. I don't think I'll need them because I've already got them fitted. And the cable, which I'm going to unravel now and make sure that we've got enough slack on it. The last thing I want is to go and fit that, then fit the inverter and find out the wire's not long enough, so we'll do that now. I think we should be alright. It's going to be close, but... So this is my current one, and that's going to swap out with him. He's going to have to be slightly bigger, which I don't really want to do, just in case the inverter is really crap and I've got to swap it out, because then what if I buy a good one and then the controller's smaller? But future Dan's problem, I guess. I've attached the new cable to the old, gave him a little tug on there, and there we're gone. Oh, look at that, man. Easy as out. La da 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 da. But you know what it is, once I get cracking and doing these little jobs, I actually quite enjoy it. Quite enjoy it. So, out with the old, in with the new. Like, it's gotta be a bit, I think that'll be fine. Temu or not, it'll be fine. Now, the first thing I've realised is they are too big for that. So the new cabling that came with it that I thought I'll just use what's already there. Looks like I'm gonna have to fucking do it, isn't it? Instead of chasing these wires and swapping them out, because the cables of givers are quite short, I can just put a second set straight from here to the inverter that way, and that'll be a little bit simpler, easier to access in the future. Like a fucking glove, that, isn't it? That's beautiful. Even like, so it's okay, it's going to be screwed on there and it'll be mounted that way, but the battery itself actually is going to take a little bit of the weight with it being a bit heavier. Look how short I am. It's got to go from there to there. Bloody hell. Come on, all I need's an inch. All I need's an inch. That's what she said. Right, I'm going to take a guess at a 13. So that's done there. Run a wire from him to there, him to there, him to there. Now everything's tightened up and nice. Time to test it. Now here we have the moment of truth. Oh, should we just wing it? Should we just try the microwave? That's not good. Sometimes I'm an idiot. So I fitted this and I'm wondering, why is it not working? Why is it not working? Got switched it off, didn't I? I isolated it because that was a smart thing to do. But if you don't turn it back on, it doesn't really work, does it? Now we should have microwave power. Ha ha! If we're gonna do a test run, we may as well put some bait in there as well, eh? Right, so that's the first job done. To quickly eat this meal, then I'm going to get them drop vents. Needs done. Needs safety at the end of the day. I'm going to need it. Like, imagine I die because I was too lazy to drill a fucking hole. It's just not on. Right then, since we are on a roll, I've been a little bit under the van and I'm just going to put the drop vent bang here in the centre. I've looked, as long as I come a couple inches away from that hole there, drill straight down. Bottle will go over the top. Just these. I'm just going to go and find a hole cutter to match him up. That's the size of the diameter I need. I have the right size hole cutter. Now, when it comes to cutting holes in vans, whether it's you're cutting out for a window, whether you're cutting the roof off, measure 2 or 3 times. Just be safe, and then just put your big boy pants on and commit, because nobody likes drilling holes in things because you think, what's going to happen? What's the worst? As long as you've measured plenty of times, let's just fucking go. Now we're going through the steel. Again, when you're cutting through the metal, especially with a hole saw, slow, steady. Don't just put all your weight on and ram it. You'll just rip all the teeth off the bit. Just take your time. Right, it's smoking a little bit, which, don't get us wrong, it's nothing to worry about, but better safe than sorry. So I'll just keep him on hand just in case. I'll always carry a fire extinguisher in the van. You just never know. I'm through and my battery is dead, so that is perfect timing. Done. As you can see there, simple as that. Vent 1 done, so vent 2. Sorry, it's a little bit dark in here. There we go. I'm going to put underneath the oven here. So I've taken this bottom drawer out. I want to go into the van and find a spot, maybe run a pilot through. Hopefully there's no tank or anything under there. Got a massive area where I can drill, so I'm just going to run a pilot through. Honestly, today, touch wood, we're having a good one. Nothing's gone bad, everything's going straight forward. It's a good day. Just send it. If I hit something, I guess. Let's go and have a little look outside and see where that's actually landed. Oh, yes. Oh, come and have a look at this. Right, that's where my hole is, right there. Oh! Did it. Gas drop vent there. See, you saw how tight it was. A little bit of sealant, and I'm going to get this dust out. A little bit of a quick hoover. said before I was going to leave this controller and fit that afterwards, because obviously I've got to cut that hole a little bit bigger. I'm going to do it now. I'm going to do it while I'm on the roll, otherwise it's going to end up another one of them little jobs that just gets left and doesn't get sorted for friggin' ages, because it's just a daft little finicky thing that's not worth getting all stripped out and getting all the tools out for. So do it now. Alright, so all I'm going to do here is take a measurement of the width there, mark it up. The height should be right, but I will double check it. Then get the multi-tool and buzz him out. And that should just fit beautifully in there. That's where the plug goes. If I slot him into there, obviously I can't plug the wire into the bottom because that's where the wood is. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to try and notch a little piece of this out in order to get the wire in. I'm basically butchering me kit for a cheap Temu inverter. Well, we've come this far, we may as well. So there we go, all done. So this is obviously like an old, like this used to fold down, but it snapped off, and to be honest I think it was a bit finicky anyway. So I'm going to take this off and use a couple of bits of wood just to make a sort of surround. So then I'll just slot him in and hopefully that'll work. We'll give it a go. Having a furniture factory to work from, so I need a size screw. Most people will be going through the screw box, whatever. Lucky. I'm glad I made that, because I was going through the narrow end. If I screw through this way it shouldn't split, and that actually should be stronger. So that wasn't a fuck up, it was a tactical error. Let's have a little tester. Is the fact that it slides each way and the leg sort of gives it a little bit of angle I like, so I can slide the table forward, get in and out of my seat without as much hassle. I just didn't want it to slip off. So it's purely just a guide. I'm going to get something a bit better in the future, but I haven't found anything online that I like, and I haven't got any time to make anything better. So we've done the rest of the jobs right. We've bodged one. We'll live with that, come we. I'm glad I've got them boxed off. Now I was supposed to be heading up to Asherton to get my entire head tattooed. That's why I needed cutting. I didn't want to cut it the day before because it's been put off. So I'm actually heading up there first thing tomorrow morning. I haven't totally decided what the plan is. There's a gym local. I might pop down there, do a quick workout, get a shower. The response from the last video in particular was, I mean, it was mint. It was fucking awesome. I really appreciate everybody that like, commented and give it a watch. I feel the pressure's on, as if this one's got to be absolutely epic, but the bottom line is I'm just dotting about in a van with a camera, having a little bit of a go. So van life isn't always spectacular. There's maintenance involved, there's a few jobs a bit, but you know what it is, I'm in an industrial estate at the minute. It's a weekend, it's quiet, sun's shining, surrounded by birds and goats, and okay, I'm not out in the country in the middle of nowhere, but no traffic, no people. I'm behind locked gates, so I can sit here, enjoy the sun, get a bit of work done. It's a good life, man. It's a good life. Van life, people say it's lonely, and I get that. You spend a lot of time on your own, but it also gives you the chance to spend more time with your friends and family. So if I call up to see my cousin for tomorrow, like normally I might pop up, I'll have a cup of coffee, I might spend a couple of hours, then I'll leave. I'm going to go up tomorrow, I'm going to head up at about 9-10 o'clock. I'm going to spend the day with him. We're going to do a bit of gaming on a night, we're going to do a bit of tattooing, and I'll stop there for the night. And then the next day I'll stay there until he's sick of me company, and then while I'm up there, I might go and see another friend, and I might stay there for the night, and I'll get the like you get the spare. Like it's not lonely, depending on how you do it. If you want to go off the grid and go into the sticks, and that's what you want, great. But van life doesn't mean antisocial in any sense. I probably see more people now than ever before. So chances are, I will see you guys in the morning. We'll be heading up to Ashton.